order. This is Alexlexus, aka the New Jersey Juggernaut, hitting you with the head crush, coming at you with early day breaking news, lunchtime TV, whatever you want to call it. But make sure you check out our podcast that's going down live tonight. Since we switched to Mondays, it actually works out a little better for folks to participate. So I'm hoping to get Project Justice, Shinwar of Geeking Out, On Your Knees, and some other possibly returning staff members to participate in that. So stay tuned for that. But the reason that I decided to come at you with this breaking news is, okay, there's a fighting game that was put out on PC. It's called Fight of the Gods. Now, in this, there are different depictions of I gotta tread lightly because it's religious in nature, and you don't want it to upstir a demographic or a worship group. So I'm not. Oh man, because I'm a religious person outside of the Juggernaut persona, and I find some of this amusing, but it's also not a laughing matter because some people kill and fight in the name of their beliefs. And I think that the developer of the game, called Digital Craft, they're defending their game as, showing creative freedom, expression, and whatnot, and a celebration of, God's worshipped, or, and it's kind of hard because, again, I'm a worshiper in faith, and I have to be careful to not mix our professional New Gaming Order stuff with my personal feelings on this. So this is completely neutral in nature. So I'll say this. I will share with you a story. When I was more active in the Mugen world, I actually considered doing something like this. But then, after the whole stuff with Raja, Mugen Guild, and moved to infantry and all that, I left the community. I just couldn't deal with some of that, saturation of negativity anymore. And I figured, let me move on to some other things. And I had in my head, I would always look at Street Fighter 3 sprites, and I would look at Gil, and seeing if, put a beard and kind of how I, portray, the ultimate being God or whatnot, kind of having that Zeus look to him. And I was like, what if somebody took biblical characters and made a fighting game out of it? It was just in the back of my head somewhere. This was going on during the now ceased He-Man project. That might, resurrect, no pun intended. But, I said to myself, if I thought about it, somebody else did. And here we come out with a full-fledged PC fighting game with Buddha, Zeus, Athena, and Jesus. And the way that they made Jesus is they elevated him to Akuma status, or actually Akuma was the other way around, but you get my drift. You see the trailer, and I'll have the trailer displayed, where it's a dramatic thing where you see the sunset or the sun rising, and then you see the cross, and I'm sitting there I was in disbelief. I'm no, they didn't. No, they didn't. And I didn't know if I was laughing at the fact that somebody did it. You know what I mean? But then I said to myself, wow, really? Somebody made a retail game, a retail fighting game with Jesus as a fighter in the game. Not only that, he has the cross broken in such ways where it's the nails in his hands and the pieces of the cross are used as weapons. And it's when you look at it, contradicts what the depiction of Christ is: peace-loving, never, you know what I mean? Then you got him in there fighting people, fighting other gods, not other gods, fighting different entities. And like I said, I'm trying to keep this as neutral as possible, but it's just like, wow, okay. And I kind of defend, PQ'd for publishing it and Digital Craft for creating it, but I also wonder what they had to understand that somebody would be upset by this, because you have cultures and countries that are very sensitive when it comes to religion. Me being deployed twice overseas and being around, the Muslim, the Islamic faith and whatnot, they take that very seriously. They will live and die for it. So when you take an undertaking like this, it's to the effect where you have to really weigh out the options. If they just did their own characters and whatnot, it probably wouldn't have that same appeal or even attention. But the fact that it's controversial in nature and you have Jesus in there doing a move like Gil's resurrection, I was just like, oh my God, like, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. I don't know. It's like, I don't know to laugh at this or to say, shame, shame, shame. I'm not mad at them for creating it. I mean, if it was done in Mugen, then nobody would care. But then, Malaysia, they blocked Steam for a period of time. Now Steam is back up, minus that game. Now, Digital Craft was never contacted by the Malaysian government or PQ, the publishers. So it's just, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, I think it was a bold move that they took to make something like this. I don't know. Yeah, it falls on the line of being original, because like right now, who would have thought to do that? Like, if you take like all the U.S. presidents and throw them in a fighting game or something, like that would get some laughs, because some people would be like, oh shoot, I know this. Oh, I know these people. But when I saw the Buddha and Zeus and all that, I'm like, no, they really, like, I don't know if this was supposed to be a comedic thing or a serious thing, or will this even be at like Evo or something, or like FGC tournament? I'm just, right now it's out on Steam. Should I even be putting a link to this, or I don't know. I just want to know what you guys think. Shout out to Free Play Mode. I'm interested to see what you think about this. I know that I posted this on the New Gaming Order Facebook page, and it generated some heat in there. So I will link that in the description below. Make sure you hit that like button, rate, comment, subscribe. Check us out on newgamingorder.com for the latest and greatest. And I just would say this. This is just me speaking. Have a soft heart to those who are offended by it, and a general level of understanding to see where the developers are coming from and where the people who are bothered by this are coming from, and we can have like a narrative or discussion where there's a middle ground. Maybe like they can patch it and change the character or something. I mean, I'm all for new games coming out and trying to break the mold or break that invisible wall. And man, I don't know what to say. I don't want this video to go on too long, but this has been Alexlexus, aka the New Jersey Juggernaut, hitting you with the head crush. Make sure you check out our show. This has been Alexlexus.